didn't do anything. I'm just trying to get home.
Hey, he's a veteran.
That's a Medal of Honor, man.
Let him up.
Radio static. Copy, Unit 12.
I served this country.
Before we start, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. It was one of those quiet afternoons in Brookdale, a small town tucked between rolling fields and the sound of rustling pines. The streets were calm. Kids were playing near the corner store, and an old dog was asleep by the gas station. Then, flashing blue lights broke the peace. The scene flickers on from a police body camera. The time reads 2:43 p.m., the date June 8, 2025. The name tag on the footage says Officer J. Daniels, Brookdale PD. A black pickup truck rolls slowly to the side of the road, gravel crunching under its tires. Inside sits Marcus Reed, a 54-year-old black man wearing a faded army jacket, his calm face showing years of discipline. He had just left the local Veterans Hall, heading home after helping other vets file benefits paperwork. License and registration, a harsh voice barks off-screen. Marcus takes a slow breath. "Afternoon, officer," he says quietly, reaching for his wallet. "Mind telling me what this stop is about?" The cop doesn't answer right away. His tone grows sharper. "I said license and registration. Don't get smart with me." The body cam shakes slightly as Officer Daniels steps closer. The camera angle never shows his face. Only Marcus is calm, steady eyes reflected through the window. Marcus hands over his license. "Here you go, sir." The cop snatches it. "Where you headed in such a hurry?" "Home," Marcus replies. "I live just off Oak Street." Daniels narrows his eyes. "You from around here?" "Born and raised," Marcus answers. "Served 20 years in the Army before moving back." There's a pause. The cop glances toward the back seat, then mutters under his breath, "Yeah, sure you did." Marcus hears it, but says nothing. The silence is heavy. Then Daniels suddenly opens the driver's door. "Step out of the vehicle." Marcus frowns, confused. "Did I do something wrong?" "Don't ask questions." "Out! Now!" People nearby start watching. 2 teens with sodas. A woman walking her dog. Marcus steps out slowly, his hands raised slightly. "Put your hands on the hood." Daniels orders. "Officer, I haven't." "I said on the hood." Marcus complies, placing his palms on the warm metal of his truck. The camera catches every move. The tension, the disbelief on his face, the officer's aggressive stance just off-frame. Daniels pats him down roughly. "What's this?" he snaps, pulling a small velvet case from Marcus's jacket pocket. Marcus turns his head slightly. "That's not what you think." The cop flips it open. Inside glints a gold Medal of Honor, shining under the afternoon sun. The silence hits like thunder. The kids stop talking. The woman with the dog freezes. Daniel stares at the medal for a long second. His breathing slows. He steps back just a bit. Marcus finally speaks, his voice calm but cutting. "You were about to arrest a man who bled for this country, officer." Daniels doesn't reply. The body cam catches his hesitation, his pride crashing into a wall of guilt. A police radio crackles faintly in the background. "Unit 12, status check." Daniels doesn't answer right away. He's too stunned, still holding the medal between trembling fingers. Marcus straightens, takes the medal gently from his hand, and says quietly, "You might want to show a little more respect next time." The body cam blinks, capturing the reflection of Marcus walking back to his truck. Steady, proud, unshaken. The crowd whispers as the camera fades to black. The next morning, the small town of Brookdale woke up to something unusual. Silence. Not the normal kind, but the heavy, uneasy kind that sits in the air when everyone knows something big just happened. Overnight, someone had uploaded the police body cam footage. The video, titled "Racist Cop Slams Black Veteran, Then Sees His Medal of Honor," was spreading fast across social media. Within hours, it had over 1 million views. You could see it all: the yelling, the aggression, the disrespect. And then that quiet, unforgettable moment when Marcus Reed's Medal of Honor caught the sunlight. People everywhere were furious. At the local diner, folks whispered in shock. "Did you see that video?" One old man said, sipping his coffee. Yeah, another replied. That officer's career is done. Even the mayor had seen it before sunrise. Her phone hadn't stopped ringing. Meanwhile, Marcus sat quietly on his porch. He didn't smile, didn't gloat. He just looked out over the small street where he grew up, the same street that now had reporters parked on both sides. His daughter, Angela, stepped outside, holding her phone. Dad, the news want to interview you. CNN, Fox, everyone. Marcus sighed. They'll twist it. I don't want a headline, baby. I just want to get home yesterday. Angela sat beside him. You didn't ask for this, but people need to see what happens every day. Maybe this time someone will listen. Just then, a familiar police SUV rolled down the street. Officer Daniels stepped out, his face pale and drawn. He wasn't wearing sunglasses this time. No confidence, no swagger. He walked slowly up the steps, stopping at the bottom of Marcus's porch. Mr. Reed, his voice cracked. I came to apologize. What I did yesterday was wrong. I don't have an excuse. Marcus looked at him calmly, saying nothing at first. The tension was thick. Finally, Marcus stood, the Medal of Honor glinting on his chest. You see this medal, son? He said softly. Daniels nodded. I didn't get this for being a hero. I got it because I kept calm when the world went dark. I protected people who didn't even look like me. Daniels swallowed hard. I understand. No, Marcus said, his voice firm but controlled. You don't understand. You judged me before you even knew my name. That's not protecting. That's fear. And fear in your job gets people killed. Daniels lowered his head. You're right, sir. The crowd of neighbors had gathered now, watching from across the street. Phones were recording. Some were crying quietly. Then Marcus said something no one expected. I don't hate you, officer, but I do expect better from you. From all of you. Daniels nodded again, eyes glassy. Yes, sir. He turned, got back into his cruiser, and drove away, slower than usual, this time with his lights off. Later that day, the police chief announced a formal investigation. Daniels was placed on suspension pending review. And Marcus, though he didn't seek attention, was invited to speak at the city hall about respect, justice, and humanity. That night, the same footage that once showed pain now inspired hope. People from all over the country commented, that man's strength is unmatched. This is how dignity looks. America needs more people like Marcus Reed. Marcus read a few of those comments, but soon closed his phone. He stood outside, looking at the stars, whispering to himself, maybe, just maybe, something good will come from this. The camera fades out on him standing there, proud, peaceful, and unbroken. A week passed, and Brookdale still buzzed with the echo of that day. The town square had turned into a quiet protest ground. People held signs that said things like justice for Marcus and respect our veterans. The video of Officer Daniels slamming Marcus had now hit over 10 million views. It was on every major news channel, and reporters camped outside the police station daily. Marcus didn't ask for any of it. He just wanted peace. But sometimes peace comes only after truth shakes the ground. Inside City Hall, a special meeting was underway. The police review board, the mayor, and the chief of police sat behind long wooden tables. Officer Daniels sat alone, his uniform neat, his eyes tired. Marcus was invited to speak. When he entered the hall, everyone stood. The room fell silent. Cameras flashed. He didn't carry anger, just calm strength. He approached the microphone and looked straight at the board. I'm not here to destroy anyone, Marcus began, his deep voice steady. I'm here because what happened to me shouldn't happen to anyone. Not here, not anywhere. He paused, letting the weight of his words settle. I served this country in war. I've seen fear. I've seen hate. But I never thought I'd see it pointed at me back home. Even Daniels couldn't look up. Marcus continued. We can't fix everything overnight, but we can start by changing how we see each other. Uniform or not, we're still human. When he finished, the room erupted in applause. People stood. Some cried. Even the mayor wiped her eyes. The board went into a short recess. When they returned, The chief stood and made the announcement. Officer Daniels is hereby terminated from the Brookdale Police Department, effective immediately. The department will begin a mandatory racial sensitivity and de-escalation training program for all officers. There was a hush, then cheers from the audience. Reporters rushed to capture every word. Daniels, still seated, finally stood. He turned toward Marcus and whispered, "Thank you for giving me a chance to be better, sir." Marcus nodded slightly. "Make it count," he said. Outside, the crowd erupted as Marcus stepped down the City Hall steps. Cameras flashed, microphones stretched toward him, but he only said one thing: "I'm not a hero. I'm just a man who wanted to get home safe. That should never be too much to ask." The people clapped. Some saluted him, and as the sun set over Brookdale, it felt like something had shifted, not just in that small town, but in the hearts of everyone who watched. That night, a clip of Marcus's speech went viral again, but this time it carried hope. The caption read, "Honor isn't about medals. It's about how you carry yourself, even when the world doesn't see your worth." The next morning, Marcus visited the local elementary school. He spoke to the children about courage, respect, and kindness. The kids listened with wide eyes as he told them, being brave doesn't mean fighting. Sometimes it means staying calm when you have every reason to explode. When he left, the students lined up to shake his hand. One little boy, maybe 8 years old, looked up and said, "Mr. Reed, I want to be like you when I grow up." Marcus smiled. "No, son," he said softly. "Be better." The story of Marcus Reed, the quiet veteran who faced hate with dignity, spread across America. News anchors called him the man who changed a town. And in the very police department where he was once slammed against a car, a framed photo now hung on the wall. Marcus standing tall, his Medal of Honor shining. Beneath it, a small plaque read, "To remind us what true honor looks like." Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Don't forget to comment below and tell us where you're watching from. I love reading all your messages. Stay tuned for more real stories that will shock, inspire, and keep you on the edge of your seat. See you in the next video.